CustomTacticals.com here, guys. So what's up? We're taking a look at three Hogue EX-01 knives here, designed by Elishewitz and made by Hogue. You guys may have seen my earlier video on this Damascus EX-1 here that I shot. Really nice knife. Picked up a couple more aluminum models here. These are all the 4-inch larger knives with the button lock and the safety. I personally really like the EX-01 knives. I think they're great knives. Hogue's been producing some of the best aftermarket grips for guns out there for years now, especially for pistols. So they know what it's like being in business, building a product. So for those of you that are not into firearms, you probably never heard of Hogue before, but for those of you that are, you're probably very familiar with the name. If you can take a look at these ones, the difference between the aluminum and the Damascus models is pretty much just the grip. The aluminum ones have these sort of fluting going through in 3 segments along the handle, and the Damascus ones have sort of a 3D texturing in this one section here, like sort of a dimpling, a little bit like a gunner grip type dimpling, and it's only on one side on both of them. And you can see the Hogue logo there on the pocket clips, and these big fat wide pocket clips. These are actually quite nice. I like these pocket clips. They clip on pretty easily. They don't tear up your jeans, and they look pretty cool. They don't look like everybody else's pocket clips. You got a little bit of a slightly custom job there going. The pocket clip is reversible on these ones, but not to this other side. Being that it's a button lock, it's probably not going to be something that a lefty's going to want to use. I mean, probably could, but you know, not really what I would think is ideal. So these guys, this one's a Tonto, so you can see here. Got 2 drop points. I figured I'd review the Damascus one along with these two as well, just to give you a sort of a comparison, if you will. It's pretty much identical though, except for the fact the balance is a little bit more head heavy on the Damascus, and it's a little different. What's kind of neat about these is if you want to hold on to the button lock also serves as the detent, so it gives you some resistance when you're opening it. But when you hold the button, the blade actually has no resistance anymore, and it comes out quite easily. So if you want to flick it, it's kind of hard to do it with this camera here, but you can actually flick it out when you're holding the button, as you can see what I just did. So you just push the button down, and you flick the knife, and it actually opens. So you don't have to open it this way. That's if you're sort of a big flipper guy. It's hard to do in this confined area here, but it's pretty easy to do when you're not sort of filming it. And it works on all the models quite well. Very smooth action on these. I would say close to what you'd see from like an Axis lock. This one here is a little bit looser on the pivot. And this one's actually a little bit smoother than the other one, but very nice feeling knives. And if you prefer a somewhat more balanced knife, the aluminum one does give slightly better balance than the Damascus. Damascus is a bit cooler looking. I like the feel of it better. It's a little warmer to the touch. The grip is a bit better, and but it costs a little bit more. But you know, it's all personal preference. The finish on the blade is pure stonewash all the way across. And then, obviously, the little bit of polish that goes on afterwards. Very sharp. Made in USA, 154 cm steel. They're pretty beefy knives. They're good size for a full-size folder. This one is the OD matte green. This is OD matte black on the titanium there. Or sorry, on the aluminum handles there. This little lock here. You know, once you've opened the knife, in case you don't want to accidentally hit that button, they've provided a lockout feature here, so you can slide that out as a safety. And so what happens when you push it is it doesn't lock, because the safety slides in behind the button lock and prevents it from going down. So that's actually it's actually pretty good safety if you think about it. It just prevents us from going anywhere, so it's not going anywhere. The button lock itself, the mechanism, is quite a bit stronger than what you'd normally see on an aluminum handled knife. The difference is that if you take a look at where the button lock is wedged in, it's actually sitting, you probably can't see it, but it's actually sitting in a steel chamber, like a sort of a ring like this, a steel on that side as well as this side. So what you'd see on most automatic knives that use a button lock system is the steel button is actually inset into the 6061 T6 aluminum, which is a good grade of aluminum, and it's basically sitting against aluminum, and any pressure that you see on the blade is going to push the steel button into the aluminum. In the case of these here, the aluminum is reinforced with a steel, so the steel is a bit stronger and provides sort of a wear platform for that button lock, so it doesn't wear quite as quickly. What you're going to get here is a slightly more reliable and probably long wearing lock, as opposed to a standard button lock that you see on most automatics. No blade wobble at all. These guys are built pretty stiff, are built pretty solid. They don't move. No washers, I believe, or is there washers on this one? No. What they do is similar to automatics, aluminum handle automatics. The washers are actually built into the frame. So when the frame's machined out, they machine out a raised area which serves as a washer. You'll notice it here and here. I haven't taken them apart, but that's what it appears to be from the outside. And on this one, on the Damascus one, as I mentioned, probably, I don't know if it's in the other video, but there is an entire stainless steel assembly that's inset into the Damascus that provides a washer system as well as the reinforcement for the button lock here. And you can see the back of the button lock where the steel portion is, where the lock actually goes into for reinforcement. Nice feel, great knives. The button lock is something that some people might not get used to so well, but with Alan Elishewitz design, he's been around for quite a few years and he knows what he's doing. And I think he did a fantastic job here with the Hogue series of knives, the EX-01s. So just wanted you guys to take a look at the aluminum ones as well, and of course the old Damascus one here. Hope you guys enjoy the review. Have a good one.